everybody, this is Corey Dahlkamp, and I am so excited that I get to share with you my favorite recipe with oils right now, which is dry shampoo. I even sacrificed and wore a hat today so that my hair could be really nasty, so I can show you that it actually works too. It's amazing. So here's your ingredients. You need arrowroot powder. I got this at Walmart in the health food section. It's Bob's Red Mill. And then I've got my favorite cocoa, which is Trader Joe's cocoa powder. This is gonna be kind of the coloring. And then my two oils that I'm gonna use are cedarwood and lavender. So this is how you do it. You can be really specific and do exact measurements, but you really don't need to. So I'm gonna do a half of a cup of arrowroot powder, actually just a little shy of a half of a cup. Look, I'm getting it everywhere. And I'm gonna put it in this jar. I save all my peanut butter jars. Look, I'm getting it everywhere. I save all my peanut butter jars and I get the labels off of lemon oil so that I can use them for things like this. So you might not be able to tell, but I have gray hair and it's gray, but it's not white. So I'm gonna take my cocoa, so this makes it smell really good too. And like I said, I'm not doing it exact. And I'm gonna add some cocoa in here. Then I'm gonna kind of stir it up a little. Now, if you have really dark hair, you could use a 1/4 cup cocoa and a 1/4 cup of arrowroot powder, whatever you need to do to match your hair color. So you can see that this is getting a little darker. And then I'm gonna take 3 drops of lavender. And I'm gonna do 3 drops of cedarwood, and we'll mix it up and see what happens. There. Okay, so I'm gonna stir this up. You can kind of see down in there that when you look from above that the oil needs to kind of be broken up a little bit and incorporated into the powder. It smells awesome actually, which is just an added benefit. So it is a nice, really light brown color. I'm gonna actually put a little bit more cocoa in there. And then I'm gonna take it and shake it up. And then you can really see if it needs to be incorporated more, if the oils are blended in well. And so you can see it a little bit on the outside of the jar. So I'm just gonna take and kind of smush it around and then mix it in better. No big deal. Like I said, this is not an exact science. So if you have another scent that you wanna use or whatever. Okay, there's my dry shampoo. Now for the true test. I've got a makeup brush that is older and I don't use it for makeup. So I'm gonna take it and put it in here and kind of knock it off a little. And you can see that there's some of the powder on there. Okay, I'm gonna take my hat off. Don't judge. It's bad. It's bad news. I have not washed my hair in 3 days. There could be birds nesting in it. I'm not quite sure. So here's where I always get really oily. Can you see it? So I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna put the powder on there. And then you kind of wanna blend it in and get a little more. A lot of times I will use the lid and then you can just shake it off like that and make sure that you're getting it rubbed in. And I can't see it, but I can already feel that it's not as greasy as it was. How's it look? Ava, how does it look?
Good.
Can you tell?
Yeah.
So you kind of incorporate it a little, but if you do the color that you need, it should blend in nicely. Let me do this side real quick to show you. So I'm just gonna rub it in here in my lid. And then rub it in. The other thing this does is it's really good for volume. So if you let your hair go a couple days and you put some of this in, it helps with texture and volume. And you can get another day or 2 out of your wash, which is good for your hair to not be so crazy. I also get really greasy back here. So a lot of times I just take my brush and rub it. You might have little speckles on your shirt, just brush them off, and you have an all natural way to do dry shampoo. And if you store it in a jar and have your little makeup brush, you're good to go. Thanks, everybody.